Thanks for keeping it here on Bluegrass Home and Garden TV. Art Hubbard, Hubbard Mechanical, is with us. Another recipe.
Yes, another side dish.
Potatoes.
Yes, they're grilled Hasselback potatoes with a chive butter.
Fancy.
Yeah, I get a little bougie sometimes.
These are so fun with you. They're just so fun.
Yeah.
All right, so walk us through it.
It depends. I'm a hands-on type of guy. You can get the butter. Just as long as it softens, the key. Put it in a bowl. You mix it with, you got either 2 cloves of garlic or 2 teaspoons of garlic. You know, half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of pepper, about a half a cup of chives, somewhere depending on how much chives you like, and a stick of butter. I put all my dry ingredients together, minus the mince. We're pretending it was a garlic clove. Put it in a bowl, get it all mixed up together. Then I put the butter in it, and I just use my grilling gloves and just make a ball of it, put it all together, and then once it's all combined, you wrap it in like a saran wrap, and you chill it. And after you actually bake the potatoes a Hasselback, you put the chips in between all the slits, and then you grill it. So, yeah.
All right, well, we'll be back in just a few minutes, and this kind of sounds like it's going to be a little work of art.
It is.
I didn't even mean to do that one. You're welcome. All right, stay tuned. Jimmy McKinney, the Skinny, is with us once again of J&R Construction at a project they just recently finished up very early this summer. Took about 5 months, right?
Yep, 5 months start to finish for construction. We actually spent probably more than that time in design and planning just to get it ready to go. So,
well, walk us through what happened here.
Yeah, so they had an existing room that was here. It was you just came in maybe about 15 feet in this room, and it was the place where everybody gathered. It's right off the kitchen, and they really wanted a place where the kids, the grandkids, everybody can get one room, and they just didn't have that in the house. You know, a lot of these houses don't have just that big of a space for everybody to be in. So we added on and extended the room. We mirrored the exact wall that they had previously.
It was more like right here
where
I'm
right
standing,
here,
yeah.
Right. And so we did marble tile, we did all the built-ins, the lighting, we did a new custom mantle, and the previous, where it was at too, the mantle was getting too hot, so the previous, when it was built, it was just put in the wrong spot, so we were able to put that in the correct spot this time, so it's, when grandkids touch the mantle or something, they're not going to burn their hands. So.
Absolutely. And you said like the existing home, before you all got your hands on it, actually had kind of more of a vaulted ceiling?
It did. It had a kind of a cathedral ceiling when you walked in here, and we weren't able to mimic that throughout the whole detail, so we decided just to raise it up to about a 10-foot ceiling and flat all the way across. So worked with a designer on it, and you see the end result.
Yeah.
And love this carpet that's in here as well. All the lighting, the fixtures, the 2 chandeliers.
I love the blinds.
Yeah, all the blinds are cool. Yeah, I'll do a little
demonstration
of those, but those blinds are a really, really neat feature on that. And you know, with an addition, sometimes, you know, you're living in the house, you know, what's going to happen when am I going to be exposed to the elements? So we were able to build a temporary wall where the kitchen started. We drywalled it and had put in a simple garage door to open and close, a metal door. So then that was kind of the end of their house. So if you walked in here, it was unconditioned space. We flipped the thermostat around so that they can control the heat and air from that side and everything. So it really kept everything contained out here, and it didn't disturb or create dust inside the house.
I love that. I love it. They have to be just elated with the space.
They are. I just talked to the designer, and now that all the furniture's in, the homeowner called, and she's just ecstatic and just is so excited about everybody being in one room. And we were able also, so this house was built in the 90s, and we wanted to match the brick, and we did find a matching brick. How rare is that? But they still had to dig it and manufacture the brick, but we were able to get the same exact brick to match the house. So it is possible. It's out there. But if your house is in the 70s or 80s, it might
be a little bit harder.
Yeah, it might be a little harder. So.
All right. Well, now's a great time to start planning, whether it's space like this, outdoor space, room addition, just whatever.
Yeah.
Endless possibilities.
Give us a call at the office, 859-225-0162, or go online to jrcsi.com.
Past 2 hours.
Watch WKYT News live and on demand, totally free with no subscription. Local news, First Alert Weather, and original investigations. Stream WKYT for free now. We've all seen it. A social media post or video where your first thought is that true? Unfortunately, misinformation comes in many forms, but there are tools to help you spot those red flags. That's why WKYT and our corporate company, Gray Television Group, are teaming up with MediaWise, a literary initiative for the nonprofit Pointer Institute. Learn how to navigate through the social media noise and identify factual information. Scan the QR code now to find out more and sign up for daily text messages to become MediaWise. At home or on the go, stay informed with the WKYT News app. A must-have with push alerts for breaking news and weather. Plus, watch WKYT News live wherever you are. Download the WKYT News app today.
Breaking weather and traffic doesn't have to take you by surprise.
With First Alert weather alerts and traffic alerts in the morning, we'll get you where you need to go on time.
When you watch WKYT News in the mornings, you know first. We keep this from happening to you.
WKYT, the station to watch the most weather and traffic updates all morning long.
Art is still with us. We're waiting for the magic to begin.
We are, and we're just gonna go ahead and combine them.
Some salt.
Yeah, that looks about a half a teaspoon. This is coarse pepper, so I actually use a little less. If you have just regular like table pepper, I don't think it, because it's so much bigger, it pops more, so you don't want to overpower it. And then
Your garlic.
Your garlic. Your chives. Kind of get them, just mix them all together. And then now you get your softened butter. And now, just like Play-Doh, make it all get together and mix. And I like getting, and then once you get it, just get in your hand. Similar to how you're doing, like when you do your hand-packed burgers. Make sure you get all the yummies. Still some chives on the cutting board, add a little extra to them. And then it is as simple as you get it, put it in your saran wrap, kind of get it close to a tube as you can, and you, saran wrap's fun.
Oh, always.
And just kind of wrap it in there like that. Get one end twisted, twist the other end, and you kind of form it. Get it into the cylinder-ish type of thing, and you chill it for about an hour in the refrigerator, and then
While the potatoes are going.
yeah. Well, and actually before the potatoes are going,
Yeah.
you get it chilled while you get all your potatoes prepped.
Okay.
Then you slice it and you put it in between it before you wrap it, and then you put it all on there.
Okay.
So it all melts as it's cooking.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, stay tuned. Dwayne with House by JSD is with us. I have no idea what is getting ready to come out of his mouth.
We've been setting up for the last 20 minutes, and we aren't taping anything, and that's when we should be taping stuff. So the other thing is, she said, she being Amber, said, well, you'll just do these segments on your own. And I went, I don't want to. I want Amber here today. So you'll be my helper today, right?
I am here for moral support.
So you ready to do some orchid love?
Sure.
Okay. And that a cute little container?
Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
So I'll go back and say, what in the world is that stuff on top of that? So
We know
know
what
what that is, right?
Well, that's foam and that's moss.
you want to hold your knife? You want?
No, I
You want that?
I'll let you
So
do
I take
that.
my good old knife, an old one out of the kitchen, and cut him. I love that sound. To bother your teeth? No. I cut him down to size, and I will shove it in there. I don't even glue it in at this point. I'm so lazy at this point I don't do it. So I just shove it in there, but you can glue it too. And then it's got that regular sheet moss, and then
Oh, well, you don't go breaking things here.
so you know what this is called? Reindeer moss. Now, I don't know what it does to make it reindeer, but it's reindeer.
Well, now in the gorge, it's usually a lot lighter color.
So are you dropping, like, you're in the gorge a lot? Is that what you're saying? No, just saying. You know, she hikes around the world all the time, so that's what she's saying. So we take the reindeer moss in over here. I don't know which camera it is, but there's a fry daddy over here, fry pan.
There's a vat of hot glue.
Of hot glue instead of a glue gun. And so you dip that down in there. I'm not even going to do it.
Oh, okay.
Like, I'm not camera worthy today. I can burn myself, so I'm not even going to try. But I have already, for camera purposes.
For TV purposes?
Yes,
yeah.
There you go. I've already glued it on there. I just don't even want to burn myself today. I tell you how this morning's gone so far. It's like I would burn myself today. So, you ready?
Okay.
Orchid love, look at that.
That's
Isn't that
awesome.
beautiful? And that's
Wow.
fun, yeah. So I'm going to take our bad boy and I want to take him and shove him in a little bit of an angle, right? Beautiful leaf. And then this thing, you know, when you buy it here at the store,
It's straight.
it's just straight, but look at that, even has that little pink little detail. I love that. So you kind of take him and bend him over and take it.
This is an orchid love I can't kill.
Well, I'm going to tell you, here's the best story, and then we'll come back and we'll finish more. That true story, there was a client that came in and bought one of these and gave it to a very good friend of hers for an arrangement because her father had passed away, and they were originally from Florida, and he grew beautiful orchids, and she thought that would be a good way to celebrate his memory, right? I thought that was pretty sweet,
Yeah.
right? So she comes back in and she said, you won't believe what my friend said. She said, I never could grow orchids like my dad. She said, but this one has just lived forever. And she said, well, Tammy, that's because it was plastic. True story. Isn't that funny? Okay, we'll come back in a minute.
We've all seen it. A social media post or video where your first thought is that true? Unfortunately, misinformation comes in many forms, but there are tools to help you spot those red flags. That's why WKYT and our corporate company, Gray Television Group, are teaming up with MediaWise, a literary initiative for the nonprofit Pointer Institute. Learn how to navigate through the social media noise and identify factual information. Scan the QR code now to find out more and sign up for daily text messages to become MediaWise.
Breaking weather and traffic doesn't have to take you by surprise.
With first alert weather alerts and traffic alerts in the morning, we'll get you where you need to go on time.
When you watch WKYT News in the mornings, you know first. We keep this from happening to you.
WKYT, the station to watch the most weather and traffic updates all morning long.
At home or on the go, stay informed with the WKYT News app. A must-have with push alerts for breaking news and weather. Plus, watch WKYT News live wherever you are. Download the WKYT News app today.
Past 2 hours.
Watch WKYT News live and on demand, totally free with no subscriptions. Local news, first alert weather, and original investigations. Stream WKYT for free now.
The big potato.
Mm-hmm.
The big potato.
Yep.
That came because our man behind the camera said that right before we started this portion, and I couldn't get that out of my head. The big potato. All right, Art.
Yep. Well, now we're gonna, I guess, make them the Hasselback style.
Well, I have no idea what that even means.
You put slices, you put little slits in between there, and always put, you know, you can use pencils. These are chopsticks, something approximately 1/4 inch in height. So what it will do is it will go there, and you put the potato in between it like that.
So it doesn't go all the way through.
So you still have the bottom
Okay.
to allow it to go, and you just kind of get it and hold it and get it, and oop, that's a little thick. So these chopsticks aren't as thick as I thought they were, but that's all right. Adapt and overcome.
There you go.
Kind of go and have as many, you can have as thick as you want, as thin as you want. Obviously, the thicker they're cut, the longer it's going to take to cook.
Right.
The thinner, the faster.
So you could, it's almost like an accordion style?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. And you kind of get it like that and get it to where it kind of spreads open like that. Then you get your chilled chive butter.
And every little.
Mm-hmm. And you kind of put your little slices.
Oh, yeah. And then do you wrap those in foil?
Yes. Then,
okay.
Well, once you put the butter in between the slices, then you put more salt and pepper over the entire potato, and then you wrap it in foil at that point and put it on a medium heat for about 45 to 60 minutes. It just depends on a lot of it. When you're grilling, people don't realize it, but the humidity plays just as big of a role as the temperature does. So if you're real humid, then it can take it sometimes slower. Sometimes it can actually go quicker on potatoes as well, because you want the moisture in the air to help with the potatoes. And it's fun to try to get them to get between there, and you just kind of get that, and then you get more salt, a lot of salt and pepper, because potatoes need a lot of help. And then you just wrap it in.
Wow.
Yeah. Then you just wrap it in foil, put it on the grill.
All right, well, we'll take a short break, be back here in just a few minutes, and this is going to, need a little bit of time, so we'll use some TV magic to kind of help it along. All right, stay tuned. Back with Richard over at Springhouse Gardens, more native shade plants, because we all want to spend a little bit more time in the shade this time of year, because it can get pretty hot out there.
Yeah, and these plants don't mind it. They're native to Kentucky, and they bloom during the summer. This is a group of plants that there's been all kinds of plant breeding over the past few years, and there's a wide variety of sizes and colors, kind of. Most of them are white. There is a nice pink, but I love the names of some of these, and they give you an idea of what you might expect. So this is summer sweet is the common name. They're also called sweet pepper bush.
Okay.
But the Latin name is clethra. So we could say that there's a plethora of clethra now, because there used to not be. The sweet pepper bush was one of my favorites when I learned them back about 35, 40 years ago. And they were very unusual back then, because you would only see them growing at the edge of ponds and lakes, and you'd find them growing at the gorge. In the full shade, they'll grow in the full sun. They typically like it damp, but they can also be adaptable once established to drier conditions. So it's a really cool native plant, but I like to grow them in the shade. So there's one that's a new one that I had to do a little research on this one. This one's called Summer Sparkler, but it's also known in the trade as Einstein. And that is because when it has these white flowers that come out, they're usually these nice straight and uniform flower spikes, but Einstein was found and it has these flower spikes that are all crazy and curly. So you can imagine a flower that looks like Albert Einstein's hair. So they called this one Einstein, but they thought Summer Sparkler might be a better. So you can find it listed in both. But
love that.
Summer Sparkler, there's Vanilla Spice in front of you. Look at that. We've got, I like this one, Sugartina Crystallina.
That's a mouthful.
So these are just really pretty white flowers, very sweetly fragrant, great for anyone wanting to attract pollinators to your garden. Not so many butterflies, but I've seen butterflies on these. I should have mentioned that we had talked about in a previous segment about bottlebrush buckeyes. I see butterflies all over those. And you might get a few on here, but this is great for other pollinators.
Such as honeybees, right?
Honeybees and all kinds of native bees and native wasps and native flies and all the things that pollinate, but don't get all the press that the honeybees do. But if you're looking for a great native shrub, I can't recommend these more highly, as long as you water them. They do not like to be drought. They don't want to be drought tolerant to start with. So you really have to do a great job of amending the soil, watering it regularly, especially through hot, dry summers, which is when most people start planting summer sweet. They don't plant it in the spring typically, because they're thinking of summer sweet. But it will reward you with beautiful, clear yellow fall color, clean form all through the year, drops its leaves in the wintertime, but even the spent flowers look great in the wintertime. And there is a pink variety called Ruby Spice. That's the most popular one that we have here, but hopefully you like white or pink. That's all you got to choose from right now. So if you have more questions, come over here to our native plant section. We call this alternatively native island, or our native plant area. But we have these over here in the shady side of our native plant area at Springhouse Gardens. 185 West Catnip Hill Road, Find us on Instagram, Facebook, or come out and see us in person just over the line in Jessamine County.
We're buying plants as a walk in the park.
It certainly is. Thank you, Amber.
So we're back.
We are back. I asked Dwayne, though, I was like, did she water the orchid? That
She did, honey. She watered it, and she actually put it in the sink and you put ice cubes in it. But the lady did all this. She really thought it was real. And I'll say this as a backhanded compliment, because if they're that real or realistic, you know, with they're artificial, that's a pretty good compliment.
Absolutely.
So I took that as poor Tammy, but good for us, right? So I took my little orchid and kind of poked it in close, and a little piece of bamboo, right? And I'm going to poke him in there.
Because you always see those when you're actually going to buy one.
You do, and we're going to try to make it look as realistic as can. And so, remember this from 1983? This is called raffia. Raffia.
Yeah, I was going to say. I don't know.
Raffia. And I'm going to tie this bad boy up, just literally circle it around a couple of times, tie it off in a little simple little knot. And by Georgie's, you stick this on your little coffee table or bathroom vanity, kitchen window. It looks like you and Tammy can grow orchids. Look at that.
Bless
cute.
it.
Bless it.
Bless it.
So we've got plenty of these made up at the store. We've also got the orchids, you know, the leaves that you buy separately. So if you've got your own little container, you know, come buy the flowers, or will you bring your container in and we'll put it together for you too.
Can they get these online?
The orchids and the leaves are definitely online. Okay. Definitely online. It's always questionable about what's pre-made online, but I know the orchids and the leaves are for sure online.
All right.
Yeah, always questionable.
Tell them.
House by JSD.com, or you can call the store 859-523-3933. Thank you, guys.
We've all seen it. A social media post or video where your first thought is that true? Unfortunately, misinformation comes in many forms, but there are tools to help you spot those red flags. That's why WKYT and our corporate company, Gray Television Group, are teaming up with MediaWise, a literary initiative for the nonprofit Pointer Institute. Learn how to navigate through the social media noise and identify factual information. Scan the QR code now to find out more and sign up for daily text messages to become MediaWise. At home or on the go, stay informed with the WKYT News app. A must-have with push alerts for breaking news and weather. Plus, watch WKYT News live wherever you are. Download the WKYT News app today. Everyday Kentucky, weekdays at 9 a.m. on WKYT.
We are over at the Reserve in Greenbrier with Jimmy Nash in this soon-to-be outdoor living space that anyone can be a little jealous of, especially right now.
Oh, exactly, yeah. 90 degrees and not used to it yet.
I know, and this space is going to be fantastic.
Yeah, so gunite pool, and all this concrete will have a blue ice stone on top, so it's a natural stone. And then the border is going to be like a black granite, so it's really pretty too.
Boo was saying, I'm not getting paid enough to be on camera. He just walks off. He's like, forget this junk.
I don't blame him.
Tell us about what's going to be here. You said covered patio.
Yeah, so oversized covered patio, really nice height, and retractable screens here. So the screen's like 20 foot, and 2 side screens as well, and a step that will go all the way across. So it'll be really nice and something they can use 12 months out of the year.
Right, right. So I love the combination of the painted brick and the stone, and then you've got the wood on the ceiling as well.
Yeah.
What's going to be around this area?
So it's going to be trimmed out and painted in the bronze color.
Okay.
And so so we use like a composite material for the columns and create a recessed track, so that track is recessed on the retractable screen. So it's a nice detail. It finishes out really nice.
A lot of the homes that you're currently, having under construction here at the Reserve, most of them have pools in the backyard?
Probably a third of them.
A third of them?
Yeah, so we just dug out another one today, and but since COVID, they've gotten real popular. So we went from doing like 1 a year to doing probably 15 of these a year. So
wow, and they just keep getting a little bit fancier. What might be the right word when it comes to the pools?
Like this isn't. It's smaller than the 20 by 40 that you traditionally see. So we're seeing that. We either see a pool that's 20 by 40, which is a really big pool, or we'll see something that's kind of scaled down a little bit like this, and it's just easier to heat the water. And
but you know, you got what's going here, Jimmy?
Bubblers.
Bubblers.
Yeah.
That's what they are. Bubblers.
Yeah.
And it seems like they're just not these cookie cutter looking. You know, like
Yeah, you got
years
water
and years
jets
ago.
and-
Yeah, they all kind of look the same, right?
Yeah.
When I look, around here at Greenbrier, all the pools have a very different style and flair to them, and
They're
Yeah.
very personalized, almost like the houses are.
Yeah.
The pools are the same way, and it's down to the coping around the edges. It has a cover that's retractable as well, so you have that safety factor.
love it.
And it's really nice.
But I love the
Beautiful
way
pool.
this one is just kind of tucked in with both. The way this house is shaped anyway, it kind of just like tucks it
Yeah,
in.
backs up to the walking trail. It's a beautiful, beautiful lot.
All right. Well, if there are a couple more lots available here.
We have 2 more lots left out here. And yeah, so if anybody has any questions, just give me a call at 859-621-8880 or visit jimmynashhomes.com.
All right. Time to see. What did you call them again?
These are Hasselback potatoes with a butter that we kind of made with the chives.
A yummy little
So
butter.
we're gonna unwrap them, and I can't do anything with gloves on. Good thing. That's why some of the guys at work call me old leather hands. 27 years of doing this job, I kind of got some thickness of hands.
Ooh, that looks good.
And just kind of go and just get the rest of it and slice them up. You can eat them as a side. You can do whatever else. You can just try whatever you want to try. Potatoes go with everything.
Hold on.
Yeah. Hot potato, hot potato, hot potato.
Ooh, hot.
Yeah. Well, good. You like them? Well, good. Yeah. It's like I said. It's what I like is side dishes. You know, the main course, it's chicken, it's pork, it's whatever. You can do it all different stuff. But for me, what I found, you can do the exact same main course, and you change up your side dishes to go with it. It makes it like a completely different meal. Even though
Those
it's
are
all-
fantastic. It's just really, really hot.
Yes.
Yes.
But, yeah, that came off the smoker.
Yeah, but
So-
that's really good.
Yeah, and you saw how easy they are. They're
I know.
not complicated at all.
I know, in about 45 minutes to an hour, just depending on
Yeah.
size of potato, how you slice them and everything.
And how many potatoes you put on there
Right.
and everything else.
Right.
So the more, it's going to take longer time, stuff like that.
All right, again,
So-
where can they see these and ones we've done, earlier?
They can get all of our social media that we have on there, but mainly our YouTube channel that has all the recipes and the videos that we do here. So it's good to go. You want me to cut in half for you, make it a little smaller?
I'm good. I'm just going to let it cool off and then I'll finish it up. But yeah,
All right.
keep it here. We'll have more with Art